Okay, so you know how it is. You're scrolling your feed, maybe Monday morning, and bang, another headline. AI is coming for your job, you're obsolete, all that
Yeah,
noise.
that stuff is everywhere. It definitely taps into a real anxiety people are feeling.
Exactly. It's kind of hard to ignore. But look, instead of just piling on the doom and gloom,
Hmm.
we wanted to flip the script a bit today. Forget the if AI takes your job panic for a second.
Right.
The real question, we think, is how do you stay super valuable with AI in the picture? How do you become, that essential human element?
It's really about finding those fundamental human skills, the things that AI, even with all its power, just can't do. The truly human bits.
And to get some solid grounding on this, we were looking at a source that honestly might seem a bit dated at first glance.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're pulling from ideas in Robert Kelly's book, How to Be a Star at Work, came out of research at Bell Labs decades ago.
Ah, Kelly's work. Okay, I see where you're going. That's actually fascinating in this context.
Isn't it? Because his whole thing was figuring out what made top performers stand out. Way before AI was, a daily conversation topic.
Exactly. And those core findings about human behavior, they feel incredibly relevant right now, maybe even more so.
Totally agree. So for you listening in, our mission here is simple. Let's pull out those timeless human strengths that Kelly identified, the things that are still absolutely key for success, especially now with AI.
Yeah, give you some clarity on what really matters, where to maybe focus your own development.
Right. So, okay, how to be a star at work. Kelly's big finding wasn't just that stars were geniuses, right?
No, not at all. That was the surprising part of his research, actually. He found it wasn't just raw IQ or, technical skill that set the stars apart.
So what was it then?
It was a set of specific behaviors, attitudes, ways they approached their work and interacted with people. It was much more about the how than just the what.
Okay, the how. And you're saying these hows are even more critical now with AI.
Absolutely. Because think about it, AI can crunch data, automate tasks, do amazing things, but it needs human direction, human judgment, human connection to really make a difference. These behaviors, Kelly identified, they're kind of the blueprint for providing that direction and judgment.
Okay, I'm hooked. Let's dive into these traits. Where should we start? Maybe
Um,
initiative.
yeah, initiative's a great place to start. For Kelly, initiative wasn't just like raising your hand in a meeting. It was consistently going beyond the job description.
So being proactive.
Exactly. Spotting gaps, seeing opportunities, identifying potential problems before you're asked, and crucially taking action on them. Being a self-starter, basically.
Right. And how does AI change the game for initiative? Or does it amplify it?
It definitely amplifies it. AI is a tool, right? A powerful one, but still a tool. It needs a human with initiative to say, hey, maybe we could use AI for this process, or I wonder if this new AI platform could solve that recurring problem.
Ah, okay. So the initiative is needed to even identify where AI could be useful.
Precisely. And then to actually test it out, champion it, figure out how to integrate it. AI doesn't spot those strategic opportunities on its own. Humans do. Someone might see, for instance, that the sales team spends ages on manual reporting and think, huh, could an AI dashboard automate this and free them up? That's initiative in the AI age.
Got it. Okay, next trait. Networking. This one sometimes gets a bad rap, feels a bit transactional.
Yeah, I get that. But Kelly's perspective wasn't really about just collecting contacts. It was about building genuine relationships across different teams, different levels.
For what purpose? Sharing knowledge, getting things done.
Both, really. It's about having that web of connections so you know who to talk to, who might have insights, who you can collaborate with. It builds trust and influence.
Okay, so how does that play out now with AI being adopted sometimes unevenly across an organization?
Well, that network becomes your intel source, doesn't it? You hear about AI experiments happening in marketing or challenges IT is facing with a rollout. You learn faster, share successes, avoid pitfalls someone else already encountered.
Ah, so it helps you navigate the changes.
Totally. And it fosters collaboration. Maybe you, in finance, hear from someone in operations about an AI tool they're using, and you realize it could be adapted for your team. That wouldn't happen without the network. AI makes that cross-functional collaboration even more important, not less.
Makes sense? Okay, what about self-management? Is this just about staying on task, time management?
It's bigger than that. Kelly saw it as owning your own productivity, your focus, and crucially, your own learning
Yeah.
without needing constant handholding.
Right, being self-directed.
Yes. And think about how critical that is now. AI tools and platforms are popping up and evolving constantly.
All the time. It's hard to keep up.
Exactly. So the people who thrive won't wait for a mandatory training session. They'll be the ones proactively exploring new AI tools, figuring out, okay, how could this help me do my job better? They take responsibility for staying relevant. It's about continuous personal upgrading.
Yeah, that proactive learning piece feels huge. Okay, next up, perspective. What did Kelly mean by that?
Perspective was about seeing the bigger picture, understanding how your immediate tasks connect to the team's goals, the department's strategy, the overall company mission.
And like the customer view, too.
Definitely. Seeing things from the customer's angle, understanding the downstream impact of your work on others. It's about context.
And this feels like a fundamentally human skill, right? Something AI struggles with.
Absolutely. AI can analyze data points, but it lacks that holistic understanding, that judgment. Humans provide the context, the why, the ethical considerations, the understanding of subtle nuances that aren't in the data.
So perspective helps turn AI's output into actual wisdom or smart decisions.
Exactly. It prevents AI from leading you down a path that looks good statistically, but makes no sense strategically or ethically. It's also why getting different human viewpoints is so valuable. It broadens your perspective.
Good point. Okay, now a trait that might sound counterintuitive for a star, followership.
Right. It sounds passive, but Kelly's definition was anything but. He meant being a highly reliable, competent, and supportive team member, someone who leaders and peers can absolutely count on.
So it's about dependability and supporting the team's goals.
Yes, with integrity, doing your part exceptionally well, being accountable. Think of it as the essential glue holding a team together, especially when things are changing fast.
And with AI potentially shifting roles and tasks.
That reliable followership becomes vital. You need people you can trust to adapt, to execute, to maintain stability while new processes or tools are integrated. It ensures the team can actually move forward together. It's about that shared commitment.
Makes sense. It's foundational. Okay, now the flip side, leadership, but not just for managers, right?
Correct. Kelly emphasized leadership as influence, not title. It's about empowering others, helping the team navigate uncertainty, championing good ideas, advocating for better ways of doing things.
So how does that translate in the age of AI?
Well, leadership now involves helping your colleagues make sense of AI, guiding them on how to use tools effectively and responsibly.
Like being an AI mentor almost.
Kind of, yeah. Or at least fostering an environment where people feel safe to learn and experiment. It's about inspiring confidence, showing how AI can augment their work, not just replace it. Leaders bridge the gap between the tech enthusiasts and the skeptics.
Driving that responsible adoption. I like that. Okay, last one Kelly highlighted. Organizational savvy. What's that about?
This is about understanding how things really work in your organization. The unwritten rules, the informal networks, who the key influencers are, the politics, the timing.
So reading the room, knowing how to navigate the culture.
Precisely. AI can't do that. It
Yeah.
doesn't understand human dynamics or office politics.
Right.
So if you want to successfully introduce a new AI initiative, for example, you need organizational savvy to know who to talk to, how to frame it, how to build support, how to align it with what key leaders care about. It's about making things happen within the human system.
Okay, wow. So stepping back and looking at all these initiative, networking, self-management, perspective, followership, leadership, organizational savvy.
It paints a pretty clear picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It's not that AI makes these things less important. If anything, it makes them more critical. AI is the tool.
And these are the human skills needed to wield that tool effectively, ethically, and strategically.
So the message isn't learn to code or become obsolete. It's more like sharpen these core human skills because that's where your unique value lies.
Exactly. Embrace the tech. Figure out how AI can help you. That AI-first mindset is useful. But double down on developing these enduring human qualities. That's the combination that makes you indispensable.
So for everyone listening, as you navigate all this AI stuff, remember these fundamentals. Your real power comes from your initiative, your network, your self-drive, your perspective, your reliability, your ability to lead and influence, and your savvy in getting things done within your organization.
Those are the things that future-proof your career, arguably more than mastering any single AI tool.
Right. Which leads to maybe a final thought to chew on. As you reflect on this, think about which one of these star qualities, if you really focused on developing it right now, today, could make the biggest difference for you. Where's your biggest opportunity to level up, not just to survive with AI, but to really thrive alongside it?
It's pretty amazing, isn't it, that insights from decades ago, from Kelly's work, give us such clear, actionable advice for the future of work we're stepping into right now.